He played an All-American to a standstill. Those were the words of Gettysburg men's lacrosse coach Hank Jancic after the Bullets defeated Franklin and Marshall 7-5 to clinch the 1989 Middle Atlantic Conference Western Division title. Jancic was referring to the play of junior defenseman Braden Edwards, who shut down F&M three-time All-American John Dale, and in the process helped send the Bullets to the MAC championship game. While that may have been one of the highlights of Edwards' career at Gettysburg, it was hardly his only shining moment. A two-time All-American, he helped guide the Bullets to a 34-18 record while making his mark as one of the top one-on-one defensemen in the region during a pivotal period in Gettysburg men's lacrosse history. Hailing from Easton, Pennsylvania, Edwards arrived at Gettysburg during a transitional period, playing his freshman season under head coach Joe Denali and competing for current head coach Hank Jancic over his last 3 seasons. In Jancic's first year at the helm in 1988, Edwards earned a name for himself, capturing second-team All-MAC honors after helping the Bullets finish 9-5, the first of the program's 22 straight winning seasons. In just the second game of the year, Edwards and the Bullets used the zone defense to upset second-ranked Washington in the lead 10-7 after losing 20-10 to the Generals the previous season. With Edwards and goalie Brian Sullivan forming the base of a stellar defense, the Bullets enjoyed a record-breaking season in 1989. After a 1-2 start, Gettysburg ran off a school record 11-game winning streak, and after beating F&M to win the division, the Bullets defeated Drew University 14-13 in the MAC title game to earn its inaugural NCAA tournament appearance. The team finished 12-3 for the year and set an additional school record for wins in a season. He captured first-team All-MAC honors and second-team All-America distinction. Although the Bullets were unable to repeat as conference champions during his senior year in 1990, he turned in his finest season, helping the Bullets finish 9-4 as a team co-captain. He earned the distinction as the first-team All-American in program history while grabbing a spot on the All-MAC first team again. Edwards graduated from Gettysburg in 1990 with a degree in business. He has spent the last 2 years working at Credit Suisse in San Francisco, where he and his wife Carolyn reside with their 3 children. Ladies and gentlemen, I am pleased to introduce Braden Edwards.
Get a quick shot right here of the team. Come on in front here, guys. Look at the camera. All right. One more. Congratulations. Thanks a lot. Microphone's all yours.
You guys gotta stay here. I promise those shorts in that picture weren't my idea. I know they were a little bit short. Jack, where are you? Don't peek at the other pictures. These are my 2 bodyguards. I want to just say that it's a really great honor to have this happen, and especially have my wife, Carolyn, in the crowd, and my son Jack, and my son Connor, who I'm renting for a couple minutes, to be able to kind of wrap up your college sports career with your 7-year-old son is a pretty special thing, and hopefully it's something that'll drive him if he decides to play sports in his lifetime. But really, what I want to say is my teammates are really what made it all possible. When I showed up here at Gettysburg, I had a hard time throwing and catching, and that probably surprises people, like you see all these awards up here and stuff, but I didn't start playing lacrosse until I was a little bit older in high school. And so some of the people on the team that were great enough to be here today are Dan Paulazzotti, who may not have won many awards, but I think everybody on our team would say that every time we needed to get bailed out, Dan was there to finish off the other team for us, and it was just great to have him around to ride on his shoulders to get us to victory. And also want to thank Coach Denoli, who wasn't able to make it tonight, but Coach, in our first 2 years, got us in good enough shape that we didn't really have to run anymore. because he told us one time, he said, listen, you guys just aren't good. He goes, but we'll be in better shape than everybody else. And then I want to thank Chris Bright, who's a good friend of mine, and Dave and Ula Bright, who housed me for a few summers so I could put my presence upon the Philadelphia scene and learn to play lacrosse there with some college people, and that was a great help. And as you heard Dave mention, we had an All-American goalie, and he was the biggest help because nobody was scoring, and it really had nothing to do with us playing defense. And then one of the biggest things that meant a lot to me, and some of these guys are here today, is I was a Phi Delt, and my junior and senior year, all of a sudden I would see this group of folks coming to the game, and there was about 8 or 9 of them wearing plastic garbage bags. It was raining, and I had a funny feeling they had already been watching some college football, and they wouldn't sit in the stands with everybody else. They would park it right on the sidelines, and the guy that I was covering, the poor attackman, had to hear it for 4 quarters about how bad he was and how he was going to get killed, and he should be embarrassed, and he should just go home to wherever he came from. And so I've never told them this, but it was a pretty motivating factor. I didn't want to hear it from them that night how bad I played. And then to wrap it up, I want to say that Hank Janczyk is one of my mentors and is one of the greatest men I've ever been around. And a lot of you guys should be very fortunate to play for him. And I played for him 19 years ago, and there's times I talk to him once a week about different things. And Hank kind of gets it, and he understands how the world works. He's not as funny as he thinks he is, but he's a great guy. So I want to say thank you for everything else. Thank you. Come on, little man, get down there. You okay with this?